So, why did our founding fathers write such a bold statement when this country was created? What did they know that we may not understand today? This chapter provides the foundation and evidence to explain why their premise is true. The argument presented here is that all individuals are created equal, and it is only our socialization, cultural beliefs, and values that have caused us momentarily to forget this. In other words, select groups of people and their actions throughout time have misled us into believing and acting as though this were not true. Consequently, centuries of forgetting have contributed to tremendous pain, suffering, detachment, and loss of true identity. We have become a disempowered people. It is now time to change this and to give people, all people, back their power. The information in this chapter has the potential to revolutionize the world. It is also the basis for understanding the teachings of universal laws, which will be covered in subsequent chapters. If we couple this knowledge with its application to universal laws, we can create the foundation for setting our souls free and creating a fifth-dimensional society. In order to proceed through this book and begin to realize the freedom that is inherently our gift, one must understand the basic principles outlined here. Once these are understood and realized, any individual can begin to walk the path upon which freedom, abundance, happiness, and peace are guaranteed. The original intent of the Declaration of Independence was to provide a foundation on earth that would allow all children of God to realize their full human potential and experience life to its fullest in a productive, beautiful way. The United States was designed specifically to hold this vision for the rest of the world, until the time came upon the earth for all to become self-realized. Unfortunately, we have had to wait centuries for this to happen because of karmic law and humanity's ignorance and irresponsibility. It is only now that we are ready to complete our karmic debts, wipe the slate clean, and proceed to a higher understanding of the evolutionary concepts that affect each soul. Ascended Master Kutumi addresses these topics in the following transmission. The Declaration of Independence is a document that was delivered to the Founding Fathers of the United States through the same means by which you, dear one, Norma, receive your messages. The individuals of the secret society that comprised membership in Saint Germain's order were in direct contact with the celestial command, fulfilling the work for God's plan yet to be realized. They brought through the vision, and though they were destined eventually, and thought that they were destined eventually to transform the world, that all humans are created equal and have the right to be fully realized to the degree that they so deserve. This information regarding how the Declaration of Independence was written has not come forth before this time because during the colonial days it was not safe for individuals of a membership so described to speak openly of these matters. Place into perspective the events that were taking place during the time of the writing of those sacred documents. Salem was harvesting many souls who proclaimed to hear voices from the other side, and others were still remembering the fate of the beautiful Joan of Arc, who publicly announced that she received messages from God through voices that guided her steps. In remembering the conditions of the time, keep in mind the status of the souls who guided the pen that wrote those documents. All were men of influence, and several were destined to become president. Is it no wonder the founders of the United States were hesitant to speak of their association with the celestial membership and of the Order of Melchizedek? From our perspective, it is understandable, and no judgment is made. It is important, though, to say this here for the following purpose. The power that comes from understanding universal laws and their applications to the world is awesome. The celestial command has understood universal laws and their applications to human evolution for a time longer than can be recorded on Earth. Because the earth is so important in the plan to assist souls to evolve to higher dimensions of consciousness and light, this information has been veiled until now. The reason this information has not come forth before is that the majority of souls were not ready to receive it. Their consciousness has not been high enough to integrate the meaning and responsibility of this knowledge. In addition, in the past, those in empowerment were here primarily to complete unfinished business of previous lifetimes. They were so preoccupied with the lower existence that they had no time for understanding the higher dimensions, laws, or knowledge. In fact, anything outside their parameters of reality made them fearful, and they would react like cornered animals whenever they are challenged to grow. Growth, enlightenment, and open-mindedness were often scorned, and many would actually strike out at an individual or ideal requesting them to change. Learning universal laws before completing karmic responsibilities would have allowed too many to cheat. Without the spiritual discipline, many would have taken shortcuts to an easier life, or at least tried to do so. This situation would have robbed them of important opportunities to be tested. This condition would have nurtured a membership of souls with great knowledge but with little strength of character to apply that knowledge. Presently, there are some in the universe who fit this description. There are those who have a high technological nature but have little understanding of spiritual law or how to apply this technology with responsibility. We call them the mischievous souls who serve to challenge those who are on the path to the light. Earth's curriculum is set up in such a way that it allows each to be tested through test of initiation. These tests build character and integrity because of the lessons that must be learned. It is only after souls have completed their karmic debts that they are allowed access to higher levels of teaching, and they must prove to themselves that they have the discipline to handle the responsibility that comes with higher knowledge. Although some perceive this path to be painful, we believe that this process produces a higher quality of human, and one who is ready for entry into the kingdoms of the fifth dimension and higher. With this understood, we trust that you understand why it was deemed necessary and right that all souls did not have access to these teachings. Today the energies are changing. With the spiritual awakening on earth, many are now ready to proceed further along the path of initiation. Many will journey into the fifth dimension with honors. So it is now time to guide these souls with the wisdom from the mystery schools of the past. Over 200 years ago in the United States, souls from the Order of Melchizedek embodied on earth to connect with the celestial command and to bring forth greater truths and teachings for the world. These truths embodied the foundation that all humans are created equal and that each does have the right to liberty. These teachings were designed for the world and not restricted to the United States, although this has not been realized before this time. This is so because God's plan includes freedom, liberty, and fulfillment for all children, allowing each to choose entry into the fifth dimension and the kingdom yet to come. The words in the documents that are cherished by many were designed to hold the vibrational frequency and vision for the world until the time would come when these teachings might be realized by all. The time is now for these truths to become self-evident. We are prepared now to reveal these truths and explanations to the world so that all may understand and apply them. The words contained in this document shall travel around the world and provide answers to many who seek them. This will occur whether the government structures restrict the words or not. The mind is the all. The minds cannot be contained any longer. When individuals begin to understand that the mind is free and has the power to co-create all that is needed to guarantee happiness and peace, then all people can be served, regardless of the constitutions or rules of the countries in which they reside. Link up, O children of the divine, with the spirit of oneness. Connect your minds and hearts to the galactic revolution that shall carry peace, light, and love to the nations worldwide. See the light and energy of the universe. Pay attention